Okay, so let's get right to it. Here's a question I bet a lot of us have quietly wondered about. Can your dream life, the one you really want, actually begin after you retire? That's what we're going to unpack today.
And I have a feeling this is going to hit home for a lot of you, right? You've probably imagined it. A quiet life, maybe closer to nature, but then, well, reality kicks in. The job gets demanding, family needs you, and suddenly that dream is just sitting on a shelf, collecting dust.
I mean, look at this contrast. It really lays it all out, doesn't it? On one side, you've got the dream, a calm, unhurried life. And on the other, yeah, that's the reality for so many of us, right? Corporate pressures, endless deadlines, just this constant weight of responsibility. It's such a common story, but here's the thing. It doesn't have to be how your story ends.
And that's where things get interesting. This brings us to a really powerful idea. See, we're taught to think of retirement as the finish line, the end of the road. But what if it's not? What if it's actually the start of a brand new chapter? A chance to completely flip the script.
And this, right here, this is the whole point. Think about it. For decades, you've probably prioritized your job, your company, your obligations. Retirement is the one time you finally get to choose yourself. It's your chance to go back to that dream you parked all those years ago and say, okay, it's your turn now.
Okay, so how do you take that dream and make it real? Well, there's this really fascinating movement that's gaining traction, especially somewhere like India, and it's built around this idea called forest living.
Forest living. Sounds amazing, right? But what does that actually mean? Like, what does it look like day to day? Let's get into it.
So at its heart, it's really about this. Building a deep, everyday connection with nature. This isn't just about, a weekend camping trip. We're talking about a complete shift in how you live your life.
And what that looks like in real life are these simple, amazing daily moments. I mean, just imagine waking up to actual fresh air, not city fumes, eating food that was literally grown right outside, moving your body just as a natural part of your day, not as a chore you have to check off a list. It's all about letting your body and your mind just slow down and reset to a more natural pace.
Now, this is a really important point. This whole idea completely redefines what luxury means. It's not about having the fanciest car or the biggest house. The real luxury here is your own wellness. It's about finding balance and focusing on longevity. That's the real wealth. So let's talk about how this is way more than just a feel-good idea. It's actually a super smart, long-term investment.
So if you're someone who's craving peace over a frantic pace, listen up. This isn't just your heart talking. This is your head making a really logical, really sharp decision about your future.
It's kind of like compound interest for your health. The benefits aren't some huge flashy thing that happens overnight. They're quiet. It's the cleaner air every single day, the natural movement every single day, the lower stress, the better food. All these little things stack up day after day, and over the years, they turn into something huge.
And what's the end result of all that? Well, for one, you're likely looking at way lower healthcare costs down the road. But honestly, more importantly, you get a quality of life that you just can't put a price tag on. A life that's genuinely full of energy and well-being.
All right, so I know what you might be thinking. This sounds amazing. But how on earth do you actually plan for something like this? How do you make it happen?
Well, the biggest thing is giving yourself a head start. The sweet spot for planning this kind of move is about 10 to 15 years before you actually plan to stop working. That gives you plenty of runway to figure things out without all the last-minute stress.
And listen, this isn't just some pipe dream. It's really happening. You've got companies like Forest in India, for example, that are building entire communities around this very idea, a healthier, more deliberate way of life. It just goes to show this is a real growing movement.
Because at the end of the day, that's what this is all about, right? The goal isn't just to have a perfect retirement plan on paper, it's to build a life that you are actually genuinely excited to live every single day.
So, as we finish up here, I want to leave you with this question. We've talked about one possible future, one that's built around nature and well-being. But the real question is, for you, what will your future look like? What's the life that you're building? Definitely something to chew on.